Hello everyone, this is the first forecast video for the Project Gladiator weather forecast YouTube channel. Today I will be covering the weather for this week and a little bit into next week. I want to start off this video with a disclaimer saying that you should take everything I am saying with a grain of salt because I am still a learning meteorologist. Everything may not be 100% accurate or as clear as other meteorologists out on YouTube that are giving forecasts because I am still learning and I do not have the training from school to be able to properly and 100% definitely say that I know what I'm doing. So this is from what I have learned from other meteorologists, and it may not be 100% accurate. So take what I say with a grain of salt. And for today, you can see that there is a small convective potential risk for eastern Texas up into southern Minnesota through the Midwest. The other place we're going to see rain is in southern Florida. In southern Florida, it's going to be more spotty showers, not really organized systems, just spotty showers here and there. As you can see on the pivotal weather models for the precipitation, you can see in Florida there's going to be some spotty showers into Monday, not really much into Tuesday. The other place you can see rain for is in western Washington and northwestern Oregon, and just western Oregon and the Seattle area, and a little bit in northern Idaho. This is more organized systems and heavier rain. This rain will continue on from Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, and around Tuesday, late Tuesday, it will turn into snow for northern Idaho and parts of Seattle and a little bit of Oregon, with some showers spotted here and there. The snow for Washington, Oregon, and northern Idaho will continue all the way until Friday of this week, and there'll still be a little bit of snow during Friday in Montana, northern Wyoming, and that will continue into Saturday. Another place you need to look for snow for is Colorado. That snow will move east from the Rockies down into the lower parts of Colorado. For weather for the rest of the Midwest for the rest of the week, you will need to watch out for the cold front that is developing in the north and pushing its way down to the southeast. This cold front will cause the first round of severe weather for the northern parts of the Midwest, and this severe weather will move off into the east of South Dakota and North Dakota and into Minnesota, and then off into Canada, and then off into Wisconsin. What you need to watch out for severe weather if you live in the northern parts of the Midwest or Minnesota, around that area, is damaging winds from the severe weather and probably a little bit of hail here and there in Minnesota. Mostly in Minnesota is where the hail is going to be. There could also be a small potential for tornadoes as this moves off to the east. As this cold front races off to the east, it will bring severe weather through the Midwest, down from Texas all the way to Minnesota. This line of severe weather along the frontal boundary will bring isolated hail and the potential for tornadoes as this moves off to the east. And there will also be some strong winds that could potentially be damaging as low pressure system in the north races off to the northeast, because it seems like the front did split into two main lobes. The northern one will race off to the northeast and bring the potential for tornadoes to Illinois, Indiana, and probably not Michigan, but there is that possibility. As it goes into Canada, it will bring some snow and some sleet to Canada, and it will bring rain to the rest of the eastern part of the U.S. in places like Ohio, Tennessee, North Carolina, and pretty much everywhere for the eastern part of the United States as that moves off to the east. As you can see, there is a little bit of snow that has come out of Canada because that cold front has moved off to the east. It has let cold air from the north go south and fill up that absence of air. It's going to bring snow to places like northern Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Pennsylvania and West Virginia. As that moves off to the east, it will most likely bring lots of snow to New York and the rest of New England. That's mostly what you want to watch out for around Tuesday if you live in New England is snow. As that snow in New England moves off to the east, a central high pressure system will move down from the south in the center of the United States, move off to the east, and bring clear skies and good weather to the eastern United States and push all that bad weather from the cold front previously out into the Atlantic Ocean. As goes for temperature this week, it will be around 60s and 70s for the Midwest and the eastern United States, all the way up to New York, and it'll be pretty hot during the day in the Midwest until later in the week, whenever that cold front on Friday reaches the Midwest near Nebraska. You can see the cold front here pushing all the warm air, bringing cold air behind it off to the east. Uh, this will cause temperatures in the Midwest to reach not fairly as high as what they were reaching before the cold front passed. It will be around 40s, maybe down into the high 30s at night for the Midwest around Kansas and Oklahoma. In Texas, near southern Texas, it's going to be around the 50s during the night after that cold front has passed, and in the day it will be around 60, and it'll be around the low 60s except for eastern Texas when where it will get much higher into the low 70s. As the cold front races off to the east, it will affect temperatures in the eastern part of the United States. During the day, it can make temperatures as low as 40 degrees, and at night, in some cases, around Tuesday and Wednesday, it can get down to 30 degrees. As for Pennsylvania and West Virginia and Michigan, you can see that's going to get really cold during the night, even down into the like mid 20s. That is how low it's going to get in the New England area. It's going to get really cold at night for the next few days, and it's barely going to get above 50. It's going to stay around 40s and 30s during the day. It barely, like you can see in Pennsylvania, it is barely getting past 50s. All this cold weather will move out of the area around and start warming up the New England area around. It'll start warming up around Thursday, later into the next week. So it's gonna get really cold next week. It's gonna get really cold next week. So be prepared for that if you live in the New England area. As for the western United States, during that cold front, it will allow for warm air from the Pacific and Mexico to rise up to the north and really warm up the Rocky Mountains. Like you can see how during the day a lot of that blue is disappearing for daytime, which is when most of the United States is covered in red because of the heating from the sun, of course. But it's going to warm up the western United States quite a lot. But as that is happening, you can see that around Thursday and Friday, when the New England area is finally getting its warm temperatures back, the Midwest is going to get hot. It's going to reach the 80s, the high 80s, and it's only going to reach down to around 60 and even like the low 70s in the middle of the night. So be prepared if you live in Kansas or the Midwest. Kansas is going to get hit the worst with the very hot temperatures. But then you can also see down in Texas, like around Saturday of next week, you can see that temperatures are going to get really hot in eastern Texas. So anywhere in the Midwest is going to get really hot. So be prepared for that. Now that I have told you the weather, if you want, you can check out the description for the socials to the Project Gladiator weather forecast YouTube channel, and we have a Discord down there, which all the updates for Project Gladiator and the weather forecasts that are released will be posted there, as well as on Twitter and Instagram, and that is where you can find all the socials in the description and in the Discord. So if you want to check those out, feel welcome to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I'll be excited to see your guys' criticism or support on this forecast and see how I can make it better and learn from this. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.